Good morning, everyone. I want to take a second and make a video on this. This is a 7-lug F250. It is a 1999 model. Notice it is not a Super Duty, and it is in fact a F250. It's a 7-lug F250, very similar to the 7-lug F150s. So this still shares, of course, the smaller F150 cab, and it has the IFS front suspension, same as the F150. But it has the heavier 4R100 transmission and 10 1/4 rear end. Most of these F250 light duties, as they're called, came with either 373 or 410 gears, and almost all of them were limited slip. They also have bigger springs in the back. They've got a 4-leaf pack in the back. The F150s are what they call the heavy payload package. And with the F250s, the tow capacity is 8,700 pounds, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that. This truck also came with a 7-pin trailer plug from the factory and all those bells and whistles as well. The brakes and rear shocks are also bigger than the standard F150. I know this because we actually used Monroe low-level end shocks on this truck off of a 1998 F150, and the stud hole was a 1/16 smaller for the F150 shocks. So we just welded a stud in there, no big deal. We were able to make them work, but just something to be aware of. And so one reason I really like these trucks, obviously we tow a single axle enclosed trailer. That trailer fully loaded is around 7,000 pounds. Right now it's about halfway loaded, probably 6,000 pounds. It is a tongue heavy trailer, meaning with the 6,000 pounds in it, the tongue is probably around 950 pounds. And we probably have another 150 pounds in the bed as well. And you can see we still have a little bit of positive rack, meaning the back of the truck is still sitting up slightly above the front of the truck, and it's not sagging a whole lot. That's really important when you're towing. It gives you stability, and you can see it right there. That's part of that heavy payload package. So what are the advantages of this truck and why I'm making this video? Well, recently I had somebody tell me that this was not an F250. They swore up and down that it was in fact an F150 that had been rebadged. It is an F250, guys. The title, paperwork, even the VIN number says F250. This person swore up and down they were a Ford expert and that they never made an F250 in this body style. They did, for at least 98 and 99. Now after 99, when they went to the Super Duties, I believe they discontinued them. So why do I like this truck compared to some of the other trucks that we've used for our business and the trailer? Once again, this trailer is really tongue heavy. We also do a lot of stop and go driving. We might go to anywhere between 50 and 70 customers in one day. Just stops for customers alone, that's a lot. Also, we go into neighborhoods, we go into places that are really tight. We have a bigger Super Duty. It's a crew cab long bed, and it is 3 foot longer than this F250 is. It does not ride as smooth. It does have way more power because it's a 6.7 power stroke, and of course we're not going to compare a 2-valve 5.4 to a 6.7 power stroke because there is no comparison there. Both in fuel economy and also in just towing power. However, for the size of the trailer we pull, upwards of 7,000 pounds, it works really well. And before the tow police get on me, yes, that is a 7,000 pound axle on that trailer. It is a Timberland independent rubber suspension on it. We built it ourselves. Everything here is legal. The truck is rated at 8,700 pounds, and it also came with the Load Range E tires as well, which I believe is standard on the F250 light duties. So besides the IFS and the bigger brakes, the little bit beefier suspension, what else is different? Well, not a whole lot. You still maintain the smaller cab, the smaller truck. It's easy to get into parking spaces. It turns amazingly compared to our bigger trucks. And we've had a crew cab eco diesel Ram, a 2015 model. We've had a 2002 Duramax regular cab 6-speed truck. We've had, of course, the 2015 Super Duty. And out of all of them, this truck fits our use the best. Even though it doesn't have nearly the same power as the other trucks. The 2-valve engines have been very reliable. They don't have cam phasers. They don't have the 2-piece spark plugs. So they don't suffer from some of the other Triton issues. They're much simpler and cheaper to maintain than the diesels are by especially compared to the Power Stroke. I mean, not knocking Power Strokes, but the 6.7 can be very expensive, especially when you're talking 12, 13 quarts for an oil change, CCV filters, DEF fluid, that kind of stuff gets expensive. The one downside I will say is the fuel economy. This truck gets worse fuel economy than any other truck we've had. And its towing is around 8.5, maybe 9 on a good day. That might sound terrible, but keep in mind our 6.7 Power Stroke is around 13, 14 at best. So that's a big difference, but this is also 87 octane. It has a 25-gallon tank, which is nice. I wish it was about a 28 or 30-gallon tank, but beggars can't be choosers. We also paid cash for this truck. I paid $3,500 for it. It needed a little bit of work, but it still had brand new tires on it. The guy had put a lot of maintenance in it as far as ball joints and stuff goes. $3,500, interior's in nice shape. We had to fix a couple minor issues on it, but everything works. Power windows work, power seats work. No check engine lights are on. It's a fairly sound truck. It's also from North Carolina. It's rust free. I mean, it is what it is. And I mean, it still gets the job done, just so you can get a little bit more of a walk around. But I don't know what it is, but I had somebody actually reach out to me and tell me this was a $1,000 truck. As we were trying to consider some options with our business, I don't know where he's buying trucks at, but I need to partner with him. And we also were told by several people online that it's not an F250. And it absolutely is. So we're going to be selling off a portion of our business here. And unfortunately, this truck, I think, is going to go with it because it doesn't really fit the rest of our business or our business model plans. But once again, guys, phenomenal little trucks. I don't know why everybody hates these. The brakes are also upgraded over the regular F-150. If I'm not mistaken, they use similar brakes to the Expedition. The calipers are a little bit larger, and also the rotor thickness is thicker from what I understand. But if you could pick one of these up and you've got a little landscaping business, if you're not towing over 8,000 pounds, I would say they're phenomenal. Now, two things we did do to this truck, and it's got 271,000 miles on it now. We added a junkyard transmission cooler down here on the front. Nothing special. That is out of a Grand Caravan or some sort of Chrysler van. It is massive. It is ran in line with the factory cooler. And then let me swing around here so you can see. We added a Durelli deep transmission pan to it because we need to change transmission fluid. And it was like $200. It's a steel pan, shipped. And once again, you can see it's a pretty darn clean truck. So the point I'm making here is there's a lot of misconception on these trucks. Do your research, figure out what you're actually looking at before you make comments on somebody's truck. But if you're looking for one of these for landscaping business, for a little masonry business, or anything of that need, do it. They are really good trucks for the money. I mean, $3,500. Hey, I think I got a good price on it. I think I'll probably get that for it, if not a little bit more when I sell it, especially right now since trucks are in so much of a demand and Ford's hardly able to make them right now because of part shortages. So, hey. But guys, I've ranted on and on. Once again, thank you for watching this video. If you like it, continue to like, share, and subscribe. Remember to be nice to everybody with COVID going on. Be more patient with your neighbors. As always, all the way, guys. Thanks again.